All right, let's talk about creating an actual new page from scratch. How do we set that thing up and get going? Right now, I have a blank file claim page. I have to do that on my own. I'm not going to do it during this video with actual content, I should say. But I will come in here and kind of show you how to get going so you can kind of, you can see how it works. All right, so let's find that page, file claim. And what you're usually going to see when you make a page is probably this. So if you log in, you see this, click the backend editor. That's really where you want to be. So make sure you have that selected. If it's already selected, you'll come in here and you'll see this blank starting page right here. And there's a few different ways to get going. You can click add element from this, or you can click this plus from up here. It really doesn't matter. And once we click that, we get all these options. So what you need to do is work within rows. So the row contains your content. So in the video I did about the home page, you have like basically this banner section's a row, and the intro text and the logo is a row. These three boxes are a row, and so forth. So what we need to do, the first thing we need to do is add a row, and that's what I did. I clicked the plus sign, and then I clicked row, and it dropped it right in there. The next thing we want to do is add content, and you can do this a few different ways. You can add a row within a row, which gives you more flexibility for spacing and that kind of thing, or you can just straight drop your text into that. And for now, just to keep it easy, I'll just do that. So I'll click text block. That's what you're going to use the majority of the time because that's your actual, your content, your text. Click it. Then here's my content. It's fake dummy content, but you would come in here, you'd add your text, maybe your images, your formatting, and that kind of a thing. A quick note while I mentioned formatting, it doesn't always work out in your favor if you're copying and pasting from a Word document. Word document or whatever you may be using is going to come with formatting, and when you copy and paste that into this editor, it's going to come with its own coding, and there's a possibility it breaks your page. So if you paste something in from a Word document, then you can look at the page and it's all weird looking and weird spacing and like, hey, that font looks different. That's why. So make sure it's clean. By clean, I mean clean text from plain text, or you remove the formatting somehow. All right, so now I got my content in there. I'm gonna go ahead and hit save, and I'm gonna check, my page, see where we're at. So the next thing I want to do is click update, and then let's refresh this page. And then what do I have? All right, I have text and not much else. And we also see that this text is more or less kissing the top of this banner up here, the header area, way too close. So we can do a couple things, but before I do that, let me go ahead and add a title. So let's call this title, goes here. I'll highlight that and I'll use an H1 font. All right. Let's check it. Boom, title goes here. So now we've added some space, but maybe, hey, maybe that's still too close for you. Maybe you want a little bit lower. This is where the row comes in handy. We can come over to the icon, the pencil icon of the row, right? Click it. And what I want to do is design options, and then I'll do margin, which basically means space between another section, another row. And I'll just do 25. Keep it easy. Update it. And when I check it, I should see this title move down just a little bit. Boom, there it goes. All right. Let's say we want to add an image. Well, that's pretty easy. We could do it a couple different ways. My preferred method is to first break this into columns. So I'll choose, let's see, I'll do this 2/3, 1/3 column. Now my text is here, it's in its own column. And then I'll come over here and I'll click this plus and I'll add an image. So single image. I'm not going to go over all these things if you're wondering if I'm going to. I'm not. It's going to try to cover a couple of these things. That way you kind of know where we're at. Click this. All right. Add an image. So I'll just use something we already have. We'll use them for now. Excuse me. Set the image. Okay. Now I have to do size. We're going to do full size. You can enter in thumbnail for small, medium, or large, and you can also choose an actual width and height for it. I'm going to do full. I'm not sure how big this thing's going to be. We'll do it like that. Hit save. Update. Boom, there we are. We got a picture and we have some content. All right. Next thing I think I'll do is I'll add a button. That's always fun. So I'll click the plus sign because I want it in this column. I don't want it over here. I want it over here. So I'll click the plus. Well, I thought I clicked it. What's going on? All right. Where's the button? Oh, go button. Text on the button will be, how about button? Don't forget to select your page. I'll do contact. All right. Go ahead and click set link. I'm going to do, oh, what blue are we using? I think it's classic blue. I believe that's the size we're, excuse me, the button we're using. I can't remember now. I hope that's it. I'll confirm as soon as we're done with this. All right, so now I've added a button, update it, come back and check. Button. That is not, I don't think that's right. I apologize. I just can't remember. There's so many options for the buttons. Let's see, contact page. What's the? Trying to remember what the option was for button. That way you get it right. You know, and your whole site is congruent. You don't have brown buttons and then some are square. Of course, it's. There we go. About us. Modern button, square. That was the classic. Okay, so that was the difference. Was a square. I hadn't. All right. Okay, so my apologies on that. Rounded square. So that solves that. So then, let's say we want this to be into that particular section. We want to start a new section. You'd want to add another row. So I click the plus sign, add a row. I like to add rows within rows. That's just me. And then I'll make 3 columns. And you can actually duplicate content if you like. So make it easy on yourself. So I'll just duplicate this. I can just drag this right in here. Boom. Boom. And then one more, right? So you can actually play around and make it easy on yourself. And I know they're just pictures, but I'm just kind of putting that in there for you to see. Maybe I'll add some text below that. Boom. Text. Then I can copy this one. You know, so you can actually prototype this out pretty fast and then come back in with your real content and then add it in there. And then come in here and refresh this. Then add some more pictures. I know this is goofy, you know, obviously not a real page, but I'm just kind of showing you how the layout kind of works. Now, one more thing, and then I'll get out of here. So I know you're probably pulling your hair out this long video. Is forms. I know forms are pretty important to you. So to add a form is really just based on a short, what's called a short code. And let me show you how to do that. Forms are, where are they? I'm trying to find the forms. FS contact form. So the short code is what you see right here. See this little thing? That's a short code for that form. So under settings, you'll see FS contact form. Here's where you can make as many forms as you possibly want. So right now we have 3 or 4 in here. So let's say you want to do the careers form, right? I'll select it. And then what will happen is it'll load, and this is my short code for that form. So I'll copy this, all right? And then let's say I want to put it on this page. What I'll do is I'll add a row. And then I'll add a text block, and I'll just paste in that code. So there's the code for the form. And I'll save it. Oops, sorry about that. All right, and then there's our form right in there. Okay, so really, really easy. This drag and drop builder is fantastic. It's great. I know at first you're like, wow, all these options, all these different things we can do. I recommend if you're going to be doing a lot of content updating and editing, just kind of go in there and work with some stuff and kind of even play around with some things, because you can do a lot of different stuff, and it's really easy to get kind of carried away with it. So that'll be it for now.